Hello everyone, hope you are enjoying your day today. Today I'm going to be ranking the boys' characters. Why? Well, I guess everyone knows that the show is fantastic, so if I reviewed it, it'd be very, generic. I'd be saying the same shit, like, oh, it's fantastic, the characters are good, shit like that. So I thought, why not just rank the characters, since everyone has a different opinion on the characters. Now, this is just going to be my opinion. This doesn't mean, oh, my ranking's the best. Oh, it's the correct one. No, it's just my ranking. And also, if you guys don't get mad at me in the comments, but I'm going to forget some of these characters' names. So, don't get mad with me, okay? So, we're going to start from S tier to F tier. F tier also means that if I forgot a character or they're not memorable, I'm still going to put them in F tier or like D tier, okay? So, let's get started. So right away we start off with one of the church members that was helping the Deep. She was forgettable, but she was still very helpful in the story, so I'm gonna give her a D tier. Then we go right away with one of the main characters, A-Train. Now, regardless, I think A-Train is a very great character. He's not supposed to be likable at all. We can understand why he does what he does. He wants to be number one. But then slowly as the season and the episodes go on, he starts to gain a little bit more humanity. And it's more because he becomes more down to earth. But he still has that dark side to him. And yeah, he's a fantastic character, so I'm going to give him a A tier. Next we have, I believe, is the Shapeshifter. Yeah, that seems more right. Next we have one of the CEOs, the old one, the one that was taking care of Homelander. Now, performance-wise, he's fantastic. Character-wise, he's not much in it, but he's still pretty good, but not like memorable enough, I guess. I'm gonna give him C tier. And his death is fantastic. It's very cool. Oh, spoilers. Sorry, my bad. Should have mentioned that. Billy Butcher. Need I say more? I don't think so. He's just the perfect protagonist. Technically, he's not, the main protagonist, because I think there's a lot of main characters, but he's one of them. And he's very nearing towards the irredeemable, side of being oh my god, this character will never be a good guy. No, he's nearing it, but the writers always know when to stop, where to draw the line. Though I know technically Butcher said there is no line to be drawn. No, I understand why he's doing what he's doing, and his motivations are always in good intentions, though very violent intentions, and he wants to make the world a better place by getting rid of Homelander. I mean, it's still, fucked up what he's doing. Next we have Popclaw. Her purpose was to date A-Train and, fucking give the boys the V and, shit like that. So, I mean, her character was important enough, but she only appears in the first season. I'm gonna go C tier. I mean, she had a purpose. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot who this character was. Holy shit. I totally forgot. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just gonna put it in F tier. My bad, guys. Okay. Next we have, I believe, is the FBI woman that helped Butch. Now, she was more prominent in the first season, and she was a likable presence, and she really wanted to help, though obviously Vought is very powerful and couldn't do it, so I understand that. And she's going in B tier. I think she died a little too early. Next we have Translucive. Yeah, I mean, he's fucking the invisible guy, basically naked and being inappropriate, but his death is top 10 and very important and a very good turning point for another character. So he serves his purpose. I'm putting B tier. Then we have one of Frenchie's girlfriends. She appears a lot in season 1. Did she appear in season 2? I don't remember that much. But she's very important, and she's likable enough, and she serves character. I'm just going to give it a C. Next we have one of the characters that broke out during season 3, episode 6. No, season 2, episode 6, my bad. And her character is pretty good and interesting enough, though we haven't seen anything of her like in season 3. And I think the creators may have forgotten. I'm just putting that as a possibility. Obviously, who knows? And oh yeah, this is hold on. I want to make sure I'm not wrong, but I think this is Starlight's mom. And yeah, I don't like her at all. What an asshole. I just had to bring that up. What an asshole. She's going F tier right away. This is the Russian with the long dick. Do I really need to say more? And here's the archer guy. I always forget everyone's name. I'm not very good with names. But, I mean, he helped the deep out. And he was pretty good for what he served. So his character was like, just gone out of nowhere. I feel like we could have had a little bit more with him against the church. I don't know, maybe something. Maybe like, oh, actually, one more interaction with the deep when he was balls deep inside the church. I feel like that would have made it a little bit more better. But he's still not bad character. Next we have the CEO of the church, and honestly he was very charming, and I wish there was more of him. Honestly, he wasn't bad. I'm gonna give him a C tier. Then we have Becca, and she really tries her best to fight against Homelander. When I mean fight, I mean like with words, and protect her son Ryan. And I mean she's pretty good. B tier. Dog. I mean, it's Dog. Then we have Black Noir. Now, when it comes to silent characters, and you know how they can't talk, I'm always worried that there's not going to be enough characterization, like, because obviously without like dialogue, it's very important like for a character to be established. But with Black Noir, I mean, his character is fantastic, and it's all subtle, very subtle. We can feel it, especially during season 3, which is like you get a little bit more of him, and it's just fantastic. Shame the way he went out, but I feel like there could have been more of him. But I'm giving him a S tier. Then we have Gecko. I mean, aside from that fucked up scene where he's cutting someone, like he paid someone to cut his hand and he can grow it back, as well as cut off his penis. I mean, he had that one memorable scene, but that's literally it. So I'm giving him a D. And I forgot this fucking bitch's name, but she's helping out Homelander right now, and she's a good villain. But I do feel like for some reason it just felt out of nowhere. I mean, like technically they did mention it in season 2 at the end, but I mean, maybe I'm still getting used to her being one of the main villains. But she's not bad. She's not bad. But I'm just gonna give her like a C tier for now. The terrorist, not very memorable. Died like instantly. Was established as a big threat. Just giving him an F. Starlight's the perfect example of a strong female character. And she's not a Mary Sue because she still has flaws and she still has a lot of shit to deal with. And I like that. She has conflicts. She is not sure if she's doing the right thing. Even if it feels like it's fucked up, it's the right thing to do. You know, that's what she's feeling. And yeah, she's a great character. S tier. Then we have Butcher's father. What an asshole. But still an important character. Especially in season 3. It's at least interesting enough. So I'm gonna give him a D. And then we have the fucking mine guy. I forgot his fucking name. Now, I love the actor. And I also like his episode where he was there. And his death is also one of my favorites too. And for that, I'm gonna give him B tier. This is Grace Mallory. She was good enough. She does appear a lot, but I don't know. There's always... I guess season 3 is what made her interesting enough. But before that, I was like, why is she here? I mean, we get subtleties like, how do you call it? That she lost her grandkids because it's both Frenchie's fault and fucking Fire Guy. I'm just gonna call him Fireman. But yeah, she was interesting, especially during season 3. Like, she got more interesting. I'm gonna give her a B tier for now. I totally forgot this fucking guy. I know he died in the Congress thing and he was replacing A-Train, but like, what the fuck? I totally forgot about him. And then Frenchie. Frenchie's cool. He's very interesting. Has a lot of flaws. And he's very traumatic. But he has a good heart. At best, he's got a good heart. And that's good enough. And he's great character motivation. Ryan. I hate Ryan. I get it, he's a kid, but I hate him. I mean, that's fucking it. I guess his motivations are what he feels is the best moment at the time, and you know, shit like that. But I mean, it makes sense, okay? At least it makes sense writing wise. But personal preference, I don't like Ryan. Then we have, holy shit, I forgot her fucking name.
Oh shit.
You know what? Doesn't matter. Point is, she's good. She's really good. She's interesting. She's very, very tortured by Homelander. To the point where it's like, holy crap, I feel so bad for her. And then we have the church guy, not memorable at all. Let's see what else is next. Oh, wait. Well, I gotta talk about this politician guy. Dude, he's so forgettable. He's like a freaking D tier. He's so forgettable. To the point where I'm like, oh, I don't even know this fucking guy's name. And he did a little bit, but it's mostly just talking shit, you know? Maeve. Maeve is an A tier character. I get her motivation. She's very flawed, very tortured, sold by Homelander. But I just wish there was a little bit more, like, scenes with her, you know? Especially season 2, where she's, like, more fucked up because of what happened with her girlfriend. Which I should probably rank her right now as also A. Both have motivations that make sense. One is willing to run away, the other one is willing to fight. But they're both very traumatized, and that's understandable. And I like them, especially Maeve. She wanted to be like Starlight, but you know, she's too far gone basically. Huey's S tier. I mean, Huey's one of my favorite characters. He's up there with Butcher, but I think I like Huey a little bit more than Butcher. That's mainly because he's like our road, you know? He's like what introduces us to this fucking crazy ass world. When he lost Robin and shit, and basically became one of the boys. We followed his road, his journey, and his journey has been crazy with fucking crazy ass superheroes, Herogasm, Taking V, shit like that. And we followed Huey throughout the whole journey, and we learned to like Huey, understand his motivations, feel bad for him, and sad. We always need like a character that is introduced into the world so we can learn information with that character too. Shit like that. And Homelander, best villain of all time in my opinion. One of the greats. And I'm so glad in season 3 that he didn't just snap right away and just start killing people and all. That would have been boring. Instead, it's all about Homelander's manipulation. And it's subtle. Just, you know, trying to make sure that he has people right under his hand and his control. He wants to be loved. He wants to not be like a complete dictator and shit like that. No, he wants to rule, but, you know, like very subtle, like he wants to be in charge and shit like that. And that's where Madeline Stillwell comes in. And by the way, she's a good villain, but I fucking hate her. I don't know, with someone like Homelander, I'm interested because you don't seem to understand everything about him at first. He's a superhero, but he's very traumatized and affected by everything he was when he was a kid. Didn't have no parents, shit like that. And it was like, yeah, it makes sense. I understand his motivations, and I understand why he's fucked up. Madeline, she's just a fucking terrible CEO, and, you know, trying to, like, do everything to get under, like, you know, like, oh, I want this. I want this. I want this. I'll do it. I'll blackmail you, shit like that. And I don't know. I don't find her as interesting. Intimidating? Not sure. I'm gonna give her D, like, D tier. I don't like her. Then we have this guy who had the funniest death, and I'm gonna give him a C because of it. Then we have Kimiko, which is another great female character, and it's fantastic. She's very nice, and her character with Frenchie, like character, what is it fucking called? A relationship. Sorry, her relationship with Frenchie is very nice, especially with the boys. And the Deep is a solid A tier character. You know, you're never sure what the Deep's main goal is. Season 1, he's trying to like be the top guy. You know, like trying to be like Hardcore Holly and like wrestling. Try to be like, you know, a little bit more aggressive, like towards Starlight, because, you know, Starlight's the new girl, so now she gets to suck my dick. And then season 2, the Deep is having mental breakdowns and is on his way to recovery. And then season 3, he's back to where he started because of Homelander. Shit like that is pretty fascinating. And then we have Stan Edgar, which is basically just fucking Gus. And Gus always get S tier. Gus is great. Then we have Stormfront, A tier. Now here's the thing about Stormfront. She's a great villain. She is more crazier than Homelander. That's saying something. And she was a representation of women power by Vought, right? But then it's even better when she gets beaten up by the real women of power, Kimiko, Maeve, and Starlight. And I'm like, I love this shit. Women get it done. And I'm like, yes, beat up the person who's like pretending to get women done, shit like that. I'm like, yes, give me that. Stormfront's also fucking fantastic. Her death is a little anticlimactic, but at least it makes sense in the story to further Homelander's story, which is fine. I'll let it slide. Then we have Mother's Milk, for short, which is an S tier. He's great. He's like the most logical one out of the group. He's like, Huey, what the fuck? What do you want us to do? Shit like that. Or like, Butcher, why are we still doing this? Shit like that. He's the most logical one. And in season 3, especially, because one of my favorites, when he deals with Soldier Boy and what the effect is. And yeah, he's just fantastic. Then we have Kimiko's brother, C tier. I mean, I understand he gets basically brainwashed by the fucking Liberation Army, but that's it really. I mean, he dies really quickly, and that's really it. Not much to talk about. Then we have Huey's dad, which is just Simon Pegg, because he was basically like the fucking comic book Huey, but like only the face, shit like that. And I like Simon Pegg, so I'm just gonna give him a C tier, even though he doesn't have much to do. Supersonic. Now here's the thing. Supersonic is cool, but I just feel like he's just always agreeing with fucking Starlight all the time. It's like, yes, 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 yes. I don't know, maybe they killed him off too early, but I understand why they did it, because obviously he was always going to be Team Starlight. So Homelander was like, fuck it, I'm just going to get rid of this motherfucker. And I'm like, I can't help but at least be like laughing, because I'm like, wow, Supersonic died so freaking early. So I'm going to give him like a D tier. I feel like we would have had a little bit more of him. I would have given him a C tier. Then we have Soldier Boy. Fucking fantastic character. And he was only for like 4 episodes basically. But with those 4 episodes, god damn it does he steal the show. And we need more Soldier Boy, because he's so good. The actor who plays him is fantastic. And he's basically an embodiment of toxic masculinity. And yeah, I like that. He's very fascinating. You understand his motivations. Now, when it comes to the season 3 finale, I'm not sure that, him being like the big baddie at the end is like the right choice. I get it, because he did a lot of awful shit with Black Noir and, fucking MM's family. But I'm not sure. He still had like good intentions to kill Homelander. And for that, I guess it was, still interesting enough. But I don't know. We need more Soldier Boy is what I'm trying to say. And Soldier Boy is fantastic. So yeah, here's my ranking. Wow, I thought it was going to be like a one-sided thing, but it's pretty spread out, all things considered. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.